Alright guys, welcome back to the Fins and Skins War Room, where we go through the top 2020 draft prospects. I started off with offensive tackle Andrew Thomas, and then Kieran Dunn, cornerback Jeffrey Okudah. In the third episode we'll be doing Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow, quarterback from LSU. He's 6'4", 216 pounds, and is the top draft prospect out of them all this year. Joe Burrow started at Ohio State in 2015, and that lasted till 2017, where he then got a transfer to LSU, and he's played the 2018 season and the 2019 season currently. So we'll be going through 4 games today, which will include Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss and Mississippi. The first game we'll start off with is the Georgia game, so let's get that underway. Right, so first play here against Georgia. Audibles, ball snapped, loads of time in the pocket, looking through his reads, scrambles to see other options, sets his feet perfectly, perfect spiral for Jamar Chase to catch. Oh, look at the accuracy on that pass, absolutely magnificent. Gets it so the defender can't make a play, and it's just perfectly right in the hands for Jamar Chase to catch. It's a beautifully timed throw. Defender can't make a play and it hits Jamar Chase right in the chest. Easy catch for him to make. Absolute brilliant from Joe Burrow there. Second play here. Late blitzer here. He gets away from him, scrambles out the pocket, using his athleticism, and then slides for a first down. Absolute fantastic play there. He picked up the late blitzer, seen that he was coming, spin moved away from him, ran brilliantly and managed to pick up the first down. Absolute fantastic from Joe Burrow. Definitely one thing that I really love from his game, his mobility to scramble and extend the plays and pick up the first downs. Third play now here. Goes for his first read, sees that he's not open. Late blitzer comes in, so he gets off into his, I would say this is his favourite route, a nice wee slant, intermediate pass, and manages to pick up the first down. Absolute fantastic. Alright, so fourth play here, looking through his reads, pressure in his face, steps up in the pocket, realises that there's nothing there for him deep, and then manages to scramble and pick up the first down again, using his feet brilliantly to get away from the danger and picking up the first down. That's absolutely magnificent, and it really, I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. You can say that Tua is good, well, the best, but I just feel that Burrow is another level to Tua, and obviously Tua with his injury problems, and I can definitely see Burrow going number 1. Another play here. As you see, there's so much of him doing this. When I watch his tape, he does this so many times. Pressure in his face in 95, doesn't want to throw into danger, so he just picks up and just runs for the first down. Absolutely fantastic. You always like to see a QB that can also run as well as pass, and it's a great attribute that Joe Burrow has. This is my favourite play from Joe Burrow out of all the highlights that I've seen. This is an absolute magnificent play. Let's play it. Okay, this is a blitz coming. He scrambles, gets away from one defender, gets away from another, runs to the sideline, and I have no idea how he makes this pass. That is absolutely fantastic. On the move, he launches it deep and he picks up his receiver, and I think this just short of a touchdown. Yeah, just short of a touchdown. But let's rewind that. Let's go and watch that again. That's absolutely fantastic from Joe Burrow. Pressure in his face, scrambles out. 44 has a miss. 99 tries to come after him as well. Movement to his feet. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. Definitely my favourite play from Joe Burrow. It just shows that he can stand in the pocket and throw, and also when he's getting pressured and rushed, he can move about and also make the difficult throws. That was the last play from the Georgia game, so we'll now move on to the Alabama game this year, 2019. It was an absolute fantastic game between the two teams, so we'll get into the first clip right now. Alright, so this is the first play against Alabama. Really good defence that they are, maybe not as good as they were last year, but Bama is still a really good defence. So here comes the first play. Ball snap, Joe Burrow steps back. Absolute fantastic throw. he's just lobbed it right over the corner into a space between the safety and corner, and it's a great catch by the wide receiver. But the fantastic throw, just to slot it in between the two, absolute magnificent from Joe Burrow. Really like that play. It's just a wee float in between the two, absolute fantastic. Great play by Joe Burrow. Right, so second play here, he just lobs it up for his wide receiver to go and catch it. Absolute fantastic. He likes to throw at the cornerback number 1, so Trevon Diggs, he's a fantastic corner. Never had his best game here against LSU, but he's absolutely fantastic. But that throw from Burrow, just to get it to the back shoulder of Chase, in an area where it's basically, he can go up and get it without any trouble for the corner. Absolute fantastic throw and a good catch for a touchdown. Absolute brilliant. Also like to say that he had the pressure around the edge from the defensive end, and he still managed to make that beautiful throw for his wide receiver to go up and catch before that pressure on his face as well. The next play here, number 3 of the game against Bama, the rush 4. Joe Burrow under pressure, he rolls out right. In my opinion here, he should have just threw the ball away. I know it was 3rd and 9, but it didn't help their chances with the field goal after here. He should have just flung the ball away, and I would like to see more of that. He's always trying to extend the play, and then this leads to him taking big hits, which is one thing that I don't like him doing. He does it more than the other QBs in this draft coming up. He just needs to get rid of the ball and just not take the big hits as much as he does. He just runs right through the pocket, takes one, there's the second hit, there's the third hit, then he finally makes the first down. I like that play, but also don't like it. I don't like him taking the hits, but also I like how he's got the mental and physical attributes to get the first down there, because many QBs would just take the slide and pick up a couple of yards, but Joe Burrow here, he's strong and he manages to take the tackles and gain the first down. But I don't want him to do it as much, because obviously if you don't want your QB to get injured by stupid hits like that where he should have slid. Next play straight after, steps up in the pocket as there was pressure around the edge, makes a beautiful dart straight to the receiver's hands. And also, as I said before, his favourite fucking route is the slant. Absolute fantastic. He's not got much of a deep arm, but that intermediate and short passing is what's a dream. This play here, it's a blitz by Alabama. Rush round the edge, gets past the left tackle too easily. Joe Burrow's awareness here disappoints me, because I feel like he shouldn't always be too comfortable with his left side, but he needs to be aware, and I just feel that his awareness here wasn't good enough. I feel that he should have stepped up a bit more and rolled out left. Like, he stepped up and then get through the gap to the left hand side. As you can see for these replays, there is a gap to step up and run. But I tell you what, he knocked the guy too much, because it was coming from his blind side. He was expecting his left tackle to pick up the rusher, and obviously it led to an interception, which was unlucky from Joe Burrow. But this play here, he makes up for his lack of awareness the last play from this. Snaps the ball, realises that he's getting pressured heavy, decides to take off, and it's a massive first down. Only up by a touchdown in the 4th quarter, and he gets him right into the red zone at the 5-yard line. Absolute fantastic awareness from Joe Burrow there. Another big 3rd down here for Joe Burrow, late in the 4th quarter, 3rd and 2, let's see. He fakes a handoff, they bring 7 and he picks up the first down. Absolute brilliant. I love this play. Takes him right down. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. Let's rewind that one again. Let's have another look at that. Fakes a handoff, takes off, picks up the first down and extra yards. I would have liked to see him slide, but who cares? That was absolutely fantastic from Burrow. Picks up the first down, and this basically leads to the victory for LSU, because they're only up 5 points here. Then they go up and get the rushing touchdown here. Absolutely fantastic from Joe Burrow. And then this concludes the final play from Alabama game. So we'll be moving on to the Ole Miss game right now. This is similar to the play that they had against Trevon Diggs here. Beautiful lob throw by Joe Burrow right to the back shoulder for Jamar Chase to catch. That's an absolute fantastic throw. I'll rewind that one as well. Just an absolute fantastic throw, similar to the one against Alabama. Right to the back shoulder for Chase to make the play. Corner has no chance. Absolute brilliant throw, fantastic. Another big third down, and third and 9 here for Joe Burrow. Pressure in his face, steps up, makes a big first down, gets out of bounds without taking a hit. I really like that play. First because he's aware of the defenders pressuring in for the sack, steps up and makes a play, and also not taking the hit and getting out of bounds. Absolutely fantastic, and a really close game against Ole Miss here. Right, so third play here, snap, quick throw right out the hands, brilliant out route by the receiver, and the cornerback has no chance on that play. Fantastic, quick throw. Best QBs do that in the league, and also with the speed in the NFL it'll be much quicker than this college. The best QBs get the ball out quick, just like Andrew Luck does, well did, as he's retired now. Fourth play, probably my second favourite play, similar to the one against Georgia. Pressure in his face, scrambles right. How does he make this throw? Right, next play here. Let's get on the way. Steps back in the pocket, pressure in his face, takes a big sack and loses the ball. Oh, I really didn't like this play. Steps back, he should really just release the ball there, even if it's incompletion. Takes the sack and he just loses the ball. I really didn't like that play by Joe Burrow. He should just release the ball, even if it's an incompletion, instead of turning over the ball. Just needs to work on the ball security there, and just overall getting rid of the ball when being pressured too much. Second last play of the Ole Miss highlights. Another fake handoff similar to the one against Alabama. He takes the hit. Burrow, just slide, man. It's an unnecessary play there to try and get a couple more yards. It was first down. Oh, he takes the hit, the ball comes loose, and Ole Miss recover. He just didn't have to take the hit there. That's what I don't like to see from Burrow, and it was similar to the play before. It was first down, don't need to get all the yards in one play. Oh, just he needs to stop taking the big hits, and then if he keeps doing that, he's got to have a short career if he takes big hits like that. Final play from the Ole Miss highlights here. He's reading the defence right here absolutely fantastically. He realised he's got one eye on who he wanted to go. He knew that he wanted to go to number 2 here. He just lobs it into the far corner, and I just love how he fucking gives the cornerbacks no chance. He does it all the time, no chance to make plays, gets into the tight angles, and it's just another fantastic play and a great touchdown for LSU there. So that's the final highlight of the Ole Miss game. We'll now move on to Mississippi State, and this will be the final game. Alright, so this is the fourth and final game against Mississippi State. So here's the first clip. Pressure in Joe Burrow's face, he has to make a quick throw, perfectly accurate, takes a big hit and manages to convert a big third down in the first quarter. Pressure right up in his face, takes the big hit, and it's absolutely brilliant. Great throw, brilliant from Joe Burrow. Alright, so the second play here in the Mississippi game, he senses the pressure coming up into his face, steps up in the pocket and manages to get the first down. Great awareness there from Burrow, manages to see the pressure coming from the edge, steps up, realises that there's nothing on him and he's not got enough time to make a throw, so he just darts away and picks up the first down. Fantastic. Alright, so the next play here, poor blocking from the LSU line, makes Joe Burrow have to escape the pocket, but he manages to move on the run and just absolute dart to Derek Dillon there. It was poor blocking for the LSU O-line, but he manages to step up, then he leaves the pocket to the left hand side and just throws an absolute dart to his wide receiver, and it's a great touchdown. Fantastic play, well done Joe Burrow. Alright, so it's the final play, the highlights here. Looks through his reads, first read not open, then he just lobs one right into the end zone. Number 11 for Mississippi State has no chance to make a play on the ball there. Clean pocket by the LSU line, but the throw is just magnificent there. Absolutely fantastic. He just places the ball in between, I think it's the corner and the safety there, again, like he done previously. Yeah, goes for his first read, lobs into the end zone. Number 11 has no chance. Number 12 isn't very good in coverage there. Fantastic throw, great touchdown Joe Burrow. With highlights now finished, I'll now go on to give some of my pros and cons of Joe Burrow, a draft position where I think he'll go, and also give a player comparison of an NFL player that's currently playing. The first clear positive that I would like to talk about Joe Burrow is his mobility in the pocket, and manages to step up when he's getting pressured for around the edge, manages to step up, make the good throws, and also if he's getting too much pressure like from the inside, he's like able to scramble out, extend the play, pick up first downs, or just scrambling to run and get the first downs as well. I like that from him very much, and definitely see him the best quarterback in this draft class by well, I wouldn't say a country mile, but I do think he's better than Tua. Even when Tua was healthy, I would still probably take Joe Burrow over him, to be honest. Another positive is his quickness to get the ball out of his hands. He quickly goes through all his reads so brilliantly, and then he manages to still get the ball out really quickly and make the correct throws. It's definitely a fantastic attribute that he has, and it'll definitely help him in the NFL when he's coming up against tougher D linemen, and also not having a good O line, which I'll say what team he's got to go to next. The final positive that Joe Burrow has is the ability to carve open defences that are in zone coverage. He's able just to lob the ball over the zone reads and make it go right to the wide receiver's hands, so that goes back to his accuracy being on point, and it's absolutely fantastic. And he's able to go, his arm's not the strongest, but it's good enough to make good plays and also big plays, especially on the third downs, that she's probably his best at. Some of the negatives for Joe Burrow is that he takes far too many hits. When he's extending the play and scrambling for the first downs, he usually takes the big hits from the defenders. Obviously you didn't want your QB to get hit too many times, as it will result in injury obviously, and I would just like to see him slide a lot more, like, because a couple of these plays that I showed you today, he had miles to fucking slide. He didn't have to take the big hits and just for a couple of extra yards. He could have easily slid, and this, hopefully, I really hope it doesn't result in an injury in the future. I'll now move on to the player comparison. The player that I would compare Joe Burrow to is probably Karson Wentz from the Eagles. As a Redskins fan, I've seen Karson Wentz do his magic Houdini plays for years. Ever since the Eagles drafted him, he's basically had a Houdini play every year. Like the one this year that he done to Miles Sanders in the back of the end zone, that was fantastic. The one that he done against week 1, not this year, I think it was 2 years ago that he done, absolutely fantastic from Karson Wentz. And then Joe Burrow, seen for his highlights against Georgia, that play where he extended it right, he was rushed by like 3, had to dodge a couple of players, and he just somehow, I don't know how, he found the wide receiver home, and it was a fantastic play. So I'll definitely compare him to Karson Wentz, as they both have the scrambling ability as well, and obviously both of them don't have the strongest arm, but are definitely very accurate. So finally, the last part of the video will be where I think Joe Burrow will go in the draft. After last night's insane loss the Bengals had against the Dolphins, that secured the Bengals the number 1 pick. So I definitely do see Joe Burrow going number 1 to the Cincinnati Bengals, and as I said before, they've not got the best O-line, so he's got to be scrambling quite a lot, to be honest. But I wish him all the best when he does enter the league, and hope he does well. So definitely the Cincinnati Bengals he'll go to, in my opinion. There's no other number 1 player they would take, I feel. And QB is a must. Andy Dalton's getting washed. He was never really good, but I definitely think they need to replace him with Joe Burrow. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe and comment down below. Cheers.